Steph, thank you so much. All right, live look for the challenge to the White House, the race. America and the world on the edge of their seats as an election night like no other. Well, it's dragging into the morning, not a surprise. No clear winner yet determined. The question is, how long will this last? What should we expect in the hours, the days, and potentially the weeks ahead? For more, we're going live to former New York Times journalist Sam Tanenhaus, who is also a current visiting professor at the Munk School of Global Affairs, Public Policy and St. Michael's College at the University of Toronto, the world's longest title. And no sleep for you, Sam. Good morning. How are you?
Hi, Melanie. Hey, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make it up.
I want to just update our viewers. The magic number that we're looking here is 270 as it stands right now, 224 for Biden, 213 for Trump. All right. I assume, first off, did you get any sleep?
I got a little bit. Because it became clear at a certain point that nothing was really happening except for this kind of high anxiety. Once Trump made his statement calling maybe for the second time in his own possible victory a fraud, at that point it seemed worth taking a break. Also, as those who, and I feel sorry for you all, get a life, please, who've been following this, we won't really know what's going on in Pennsylvania, which appears to be, the key state here, also called the Keystone State, until Friday, because of an odd rule they have where they didn't even start counting the mail-in ballots. So it's crazy. We're going to wait it out.
It's pretty incredible. I want to backtrack a little bit to we heard Trump speak early this morning. What do you make of this, saying, listen, he's going to challenge this, declaring somewhat of a victory here? How do you take this all apart and what this could really mean or the ramifications of such words?
Well, first of all, it's not surprising he said it, but this is exactly what was predicted he would say. That's why both parties have teams of lawyers in every state ready to challenge the outcome or the vote count. Hundreds of lawyers, maybe even thousands of them. This has been reported for a long time. I mean, this is exactly what Trump was going to do. The odd thing about Trump is that although everything he does violates the norms and he actually stays true to character. He said he was going to challenge this election if he wasn't declared the winner, at what he considers an acceptable hour, which would have been sometime last night. He said he would do this. He said he would go to the Supreme Court and have his new appointee, Amy Barrett, Justice Barrett, decide the case in his favor. This could be exactly what happens.
Sam, I guess the one positive that we're definitely looking at that we know for sure is voter turnout. Regardless of which way this goes, record numbers of people coming out and having their voices heard. As an American and a visiting Canadian here, what does this say about, again, I always ask this question about the appetite?
Well, I think it's fair to ask appetite for what? I mean, if we've reached a point where our politics really is an extension of our television and screen entertainment, yeah, we got a lot of it. And sure, a democracy, we want to have the greatest number of people participating. Absolutely right. And there still will be some questions about which votes weren't counted or not. We can say, well, the people spoke, but not necessarily if individual voices get muffled because ballots aren't counted. Mm-hmm. So it's a case where democracy is asserting itself, but not necessarily in the kind of unhampered way we'd like. It's going to be contested. So, yes, we had a large turnout. We expected that. That's good. Always better to have a large turnout rather than a small one. And what we see is we continue to live in what we really ought to call the divided states of America. It's interesting to me that for all the back and forth and all the upsets and surprises, at this point, there's maybe two states that are different from what they were in 2016. It's really almost an identical outcome.
Before we let you go, Sam, so that you can go grab a coffee, is, a lot of Canadians watching this. What is your message to Canadians who are paying attention? What should they be looking out for?
Stay north of the meth lab. Don't come down here. We probably won't let you in anyway. You don't want to see this. You really don't have a much saner life in Canada. What should we look for is more of the same. And if this suits you, if this is your cup of coffee or tea, then you're going to have a very interesting few weeks.
Oh, Sam, as always, insightful and entertaining. Thank you so much. We'll talk
Thank
to
you,
you
Melanie.
in the days, weeks for more reaction. Thanks so much.